cinnamon twist. It's a sexy lady who walks around without being shady. Who knows her values, who's gone through trials. Her smiles are captured from mouth to mouth. It's not the size of her thighs she worries about, but the pride she thrives to keep that drive. That cinnamon twist. That cinnamon twist. That cinnamon twist. Ladies, can you feel me? That cinnamon twist. That cinnamon twist. That cinnamon twist. Ladies, can you hear me?
I can't flow like you flow, go like you go, or blow like you blow. See, my instrument is tuned to be to or not to. What have I got to lose by choosing to play the riffs of bliss that exist in the midst of the gift I was blessed with? I was born to blow my own horn. So stop chasing the cows and the corn and come back, baby, come back. Cause even a humpback whale has got a tail and a place to swim and a space that he's in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Stop wasting your time taking my rhymes apart. They work better when you take them to heart. Check out the logic this project is kicking and chart the progress from the very start. Can't put the cart before the horse. It took some time, but now I find that this is my voice. 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 My voice is the voice that launched 1,000 quips, quotes, and those from other people's lips. To ego trip, I don't have time to. I will sit down here to remind you that God is in charge of the universe, and these are his words for the better or for the worse. If the people don't feel me, yes, my feelings are hurt, but I would rather if he said he was a blessing instead of a curse. If I can keep the next one's son from a hearse and just give him more time, then as far as rewards are concerned, then I got mine. To beg a few, 2 or 3 for a dime, that was not the purpose when he gave me the rhyme, and I must be true to how it was designed, because you know it flows best when it's rightly aligned with a power. The tower's above over all. It's a voice still and small, but when I heed his call, he teaches me to stand, to stay and obey, and to kneel and to pray and to wait and survey, to follow the way when I'm making my choice above everything, to sing in this key, because this is my voice, this is my voice, this is my voice, my voice, my voice.
Hey everybody, this is your girl Tasha, known to the world as the Tasha Carpenter, but everybody calls me your girl Tasha because when you're hanging with me, it is like you are hanging with your girl. And today, if y'all don't know, we got somebody hanging that has a voice in the studio today, guys. My special guest over here, the poet and the songwriter, Mr. Brenardo.
Thank you, Tasha. How you doing? How you doing? Hi everybody, how y'all doing?
So I'm glad we had to let you go ahead and get up there and do a little something because you was a little tight up in here before we got started. So we needed to be able to loosen you up. How you feel now?
I feel good.
You able to breathe now?
Got juices flowing. I'm good to go.
All right now. Now y'all remember, we need you to share and invite. Terrence, I'm shouting you out, baby. I see you already shared. You got some people typing snap, snap, snap in the chat already. I like that. I like that. Let us know that you're snapping. Share and invite. Hey, Renee, thank you for tuning in. Hey, Andre, thank you for tuning in. Share and invite, share and invite. And guys, y'all have got to pay attention because y'all getting a little bit spoiled. The last couple of weeks, all my guests have been giving away something. Today, you're going to get an opportunity to have one of his brand new books.
Brand new
Hot books.
Off the press.
Hot off the press.
Yes.
Exclusive, autographed. So y'all need to listen to what we're talking about because you know how I do. At the end of the show, there's going to be some kind of question that's going to get you the opportunity to win one of those books. All right, guys? Thank you for sharing. I appreciate you. Okay, so let's see. Laverne Dedman said, do your thing, Bernardo. Do your thing.
You got it, baby. You got it.
So, hey. All right, so let's see. You're talking about being a poet
Yes.
and a songwriter. Mm-hmm. Which one do you love the most?
Wow. The one that comes easiest is the poetry. I think because it's basically the word that comes to me and I get to play with a lot of different things. I love music though. So it's kind of hard because I see music also as a vehicle to get the poetry out to the people.
Talk to the people.
To make it easier for y'all to access the information. You know. When I hit you with something like follow your heart, but think with your mind. Are you moving ahead or falling behind? Just stop falling. Then it makes it easier for you to hear that as opposed to me saying, "Hey, you're not moving in the right direction. You need to move." So I like both of them.
All right, your sister on here saying hello, Tasha and Brenardo. Miss Sylvia Beverly, Lady Di is in the house right now. Collective Voices is in the house.
That's
okay,
us.
you want to tell the people a little bit about yourself while we get started, and maybe Collective Voices and anything that you think that they should know about you as we begin.
I call myself a sing-song poet because when I first started out, I wanted to be a songwriter. So, therefore, what ended up happening was...
He switched on you.
I did. So, what ended up happening is...
It's back.
I started writing poetry in a way that sounded like a song. You know, hook, verse, you know, bridge, then to hook. Oh, back to the bridge. Wow. And anyway, when I saw everybody doing this new prose thing and this new thing about way of writing, I didn't want to follow that. That didn't feel natural to me. I felt like I was trying to chase somebody else's dream, you know. And I ended up meeting a poet named Mwali Askari, and he told me I had my own voice and to be true to my voice, be true to who I was. And that night on the way home, my voice started to wind its way through my brain to come to the surface, and there it is.
All right, we got somebody else in here talking about he's always done his own thing, just been a good poet. Who you think that might be?
I have no idea.
That is Mr. Tracy Jackson.
Oh, my man. What's up, bro?
You got Miss Pat Smith saying, I'm listening to be enlightened, my brother.
Oh, my God. I love
Look,
you, baby.
they showing you love.
Thank you. They are.
Continue to show love by hitting that share button. Hit that share button. Hit that share button, okay? All right, so, oh, my goodness. This is, so exciting here. Mm-hmm. So, you said... I need you to connect with me because what you told me is that you are celebrating the fact that you finally began following your calling.
Yes.
Okay. And there's a lot of people, and when I put the post up on my page, I said, are you following your calling? Because a lot of people, you listen to the noise that's coming around you, whether it's the noise of your family and your friends telling you crazy to try to do this, or you listen to the noise and the stress that you have because I got to be at this 9-to-5 job and I got to make this money and I got to work for the man. I got to invest into the 9-to-5 more than I invest into myself. So there was an event that happened in your life that made you decide, I got to stop listening to the noise. Can you share that with them?
Sure. For those of you who know me and you know me, last year about this time I was just recovering from heart surgery. And that was the catalyst for me to even do the book, When I found out that I had problems with my heart and I was going to have surgery, I was afraid, because, I'm looking at the guy like, what? You got to go where? No. I mean, my elbow? Okay. My toe? My knee? All right. My heart? No. And it took a long time, a couple of days, for me to come to grips with, well, God is in charge of the universe, and He's decided when I will come and when I will leave. But there still was that little fear thing that said that I might not come out of this. And I thought about the conversation I would have to have with God with, what did you do with everything I gave you? And I'm sitting there going, wow, I didn't do anything with it that I thought I should have done. Because, I've been writing and I've been performing, but actually putting it out there in a format that can reach people worldwide, I haven't done that. So when I had that conversation with God and I finally closed my eyes, and I'll be honest with you, it happened one night. I was laying in my bed and I was thinking about it just before I made that final decision. And a tear ran down my eye, ran down across my bridge of my nose, down my cheek. And I said, okay, now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul will keep. And if I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul will take. And that whole idea of I was going to be with God no matter what gave me a sense of peace. And that pushed me out there to relax and go through the event. And then it was a rebuilding process. I mean, this time last year, I went to Lady Di's. Lady Di always has a program every year, Black History program at Iverson Mall. And I wanted to go, but I was too weak. I'm sitting there holding a heart against my chest, trying to breathe and getting up, and I'm taking 4 steps, and I'm out of breath. I'm tired, taking all these pain medications. I'm kind of woozy. So that was out of the question. That was not going to happen. So what ended up happening was I ended up calling my sister on the phone, and she walked over to the microphone with me on the phone and put the phone up against the microphone.
Lady Di.
And I put some poetry out there for the people, and that made me feel so much better, So now 1 year later, the book, because it's a matter of getting ready for a program. Collective Voices has been part of a program started with an invitation by Grace Cavallari 2 years ago. And it talked about voice as bridge, which is a powerful concept, that the idea that a voice can carry you somewhere, and when we did that, we did a great job, standing ovation. People loved us. It's an Italian embassy. And, I ended up with Noi Siamo Collettivo, which means we're the collective, all of us. Y'all out there too, you're the collective. So we got invited back the next year.
Sound a little bit like Denzel right there. Y'all out there too. Say that again. Hold on. I was gonna say, wait a minute, Denzel that came in the studio. Okay, go ahead.
So we got invited back, and we came back and we wrote another poem, Voice as Bridge, and I titled mine Sankofa because I saw a lot of things happening around the world and around the country, and I want to escape. I want to get away from all of this madness, And I'm hoping that Magic Bird will just pick me up and take me out of here, and I can be relaxed, and chill. But they love that too. So we got invited back again, and then finally in February we got invited to the Writers Center to perform Voices Bridge. And the idea that I wanted to leave something with them came into combination with the idea of, I wanted to keep that promise to God that I would do something with it, pass it on. So this was my offering to them. Now, see, because I never really wanted to do a chapbook, right? I was my ego. I want to do a book. I wanted to come out right off the bat and do it, And so the compromise I made with myself was this book is called Bridge Over Trouble, which leads back to Sankofa, and a new poem I just written called Bridge Over Trouble, because we're going through troubling times, right? So on the back, I created the illusion of a second book, Listening for the Poet, because the book that you're going to be listening for is a book called Listen, and I've included the first verse of Listen in the book. Listen to the words, listen to them flow, follow them along to wherever they go. Listen to the rhythm, hypnotism discreet will have you nodding your head, have you patting your feet, but you can stay in your seat. Nah, you don't have to dance. All I'm asking of you is just give them a chance to take root. Recognize truth when you hear it. It's all about love. Here's something for your spirit. Just listen. It's coming.
All right, so now when you saying that, I have so many of you guys that come on to the show and people talk about their visions. So you really wanted to write a whole book. And for some reason, you thought doing this was like dumbing it down?
I thought, once again, my own path. I've seen a lot of poets over the years do the starving artist routine. They follow their dreams all the way. They went out and then I'm like, I'm working for whatever I'm working for, all right? I'm gonna leave it at that. And I'm making good enough money to travel around the world and pay rent and buy food and all that, and I'm not giving that up to chase, right? The other piece was I see them come out with these little short books like this, and I didn't want a short book. I wanted a full-fledged book. Well, better yet, because I don't want to downplay this. This is a big step. It was a big step for me. It taught me a lot, and I'm not going to play it short. But Listen has been happening for a while now. Listen is a poem I'm known for. It was my first poem that made me recognizable. Listening was crafted with 7 verses, and as I was being talked to by the Spirit was telling me 7 verses, 7 chapters, 7 times 7. Okay, that means it's 49 poems. Listen Itself is the 50th poem, 50, which is my number. I was born May 25th, 1955. 5 is the number of Pentecost. So everything about that book was coming into a numerology, a visionary kind of concept.
Yeah, he getting too deep on y'all. I told y'all he was going to be deep, right? Go ahead. Because I'm about to get back with you. Go ahead.
Well, the concept, like I said, the concept came to me by the vision, and I'm trying to be true to the vision. So that's the reason why I wanted my first book to be Listen, because it was a vision given to me to do. But the compromise I had to make was to say, I've been invited back over and over and over again to perform this poem about bridges, and there's a reason why that's happening. And right now, what's going on in the world, we need a right now kind of situation. We need some right now activity. But good news is, I finally wrote that last piece for Listen 2 days ago. So now I'm back in the studio, getting ready to do that. Now that I had a taste of what it's like to produce one.
So, I mean, I got to say something too, because when I have the viewers that watch too, I want them, when they look at our guests and they see the guests come on, I want them to take something away from each one of my shows. That's the purpose of the Hanging with Your Girl Tasha platform. So I'm glad that you didn't talk to me in advance about what you're going through, because what I'm seeing is that people come on, and even Grandma Slam, when she came on, she had her small book at first, and for some reason she felt as if that was not her accomplishing stuff. It's a lot of you guys out there that you have dreams. You have a gift that's in your hand, whether it is poetry, whether it's singing, whether it's cooking, whatever it may be. But because you want to see the whole staircase, instead of taking the first step and the action to get started, you're not living your dream. This is the first step here.
I agree.
Okay, so it's nothing. It's a big accomplishment, okay? You need to celebrate the small accomplishments too, my brother.
Believe me, I am.
Okay.
Look.
Okay.
When I chose the poems that would go in this, I knew that, like I said, I knew my audience would be an audience that was for Voices Bridge. So I gave them Sankofa Voices Bridge, something they've been hearing, something they loved, you know. After that, I wrote a new piece called Bridge Over Trouble, because we need to carry this. It speaks to the vision, carrying us over these troubling times that we're living in, you know.
You got congratulations from Andre Johnson. You got a Keep Flowing Brenardo from Kat Davis. You got a blessings to you, Brenardo. This is yet another step along the journey that will lead you to the destiny God created you for in the beginning, Sister Joy.
Woo, Sister Joy. Thank you, baby.
And you got Preach from Michelle Ford.
Thank you, everybody, for real. I love all y'all. You know, and that's the beautiful thing. You know, I remember God told me some time ago when he first gave me this poem called Feed My Sheep. And I was like, well, okay, how do I do this? I said, even the disciple had 12, even the Messiah had 12 disciples. And he said, trust me, the people that you need to meet, you're going to meet as you go along your path, but you have to stay true to the path. So that's what I've tried to do. I tried to stay true to the path. And in keeping with Feed My Sheep, I was made to understand that, you know, you just can't give them chocolate cake and ice cream. You got to give them some hard stuff sometimes, stuff they don't want to hear. And one of the poems in this book is called IJA Fantasy, which is what takes off from my sing-song poet thing, about what's going on right now with who's running the United States.
Okay.
And so I had to come back behind that.
He coming on my show cussing. Never mind. No. I'm sorry.
I didn't say his name.
I don't even talk about that stuff on my show. Whatever.
Well, I just keep it real.
I know you keeping it real. Don't be cussing on my show saying that man's name. Anyway.
So I had to. So what I had to do was I had to come immediately behind that and give you something to help you get through it, which would be Just Breathe. And everybody loves Just Breathe. Right?
Okay.
So I'm giving you stuff. And then when I did If the Sun Must Set, that was a piece that was, it's so strange the way that happened, because that one came about because I was driving somewhere one night along a road and I couldn't make out where I was because I saw silhouettes, and I said, I should be here. I don't know if I'm there. And the next day I came by the same spot, the sun was up, and I was like, wow, okay, I know where I'm at. Oh, that's what that silhouette is. All right. And a whole poem was born out of that called If the Sun Must Set, which has now become a poem of remembrance. So
So hold on, I gotta pay attention. Some of you guys don't know. I keep you on the main WBGR Entertainment page watching you, but then I have the watch party on my page too, because some of y'all can't find the WBGR page. So I'm trying to pay attention to the watch party. So I gotta I gotta apologize to the watch party people. Author Lynette Maxwell checking in from North Carolina. I don't know what you said that you want to hear because I wasn't looking at the watch party. But Dion Pollard said he been telling you that. I guess you talking about the stairs and the step, Dion. Okay. You know, Summer Cat Davis said, can you give us another sample? Okay, I done told y'all 3 times in there that if y'all want to call in, 301-429-9247. I'm typing it in the chat. Y'all writing books and I can't read them fast enough. Y'all better call in here and talk to Brenardo if you want. But someone saying they want another sample or something else. They want another sample or something. Oh, somebody said this show is good. Already, we ain't even got started. This brother man up here about to cry. Y'all about to make his look. Remember from my babies I learned? Y'all about to make his eyeballs sweat. Okay, so they said give him something else. So we got to do what my audience wants. You got to give him something else. What's on your heart to give him right now?
Well, let's start right there. If the sun was set.
All right.
Okay.
Don't call yet, Lynette.
I'm also going to dedicate this one also to Miss Dolores Kendrick. She was the poet laureate of Washington, D.C. She took me under her wing, and she was like my mama. You know, she was so much love and guidance and some stern talks. If the sun must set, let me remember it was bright, and hold this recollection deep into the night. Aid me in recalling the way that it gave sight. Reveal to me the truth, the way of this great light. To pause in the reflection how it rises from the right and grows in all it shows in reaching to its height. And freely shares the blessings of awareness, growth, and might. If the sun must set, let me remember it was bright. Assist me in remembrance that the sun came forth bringing morn, and beaming down from heaven touched earth and made it warm. Radiating unto seeds new life therein was formed. In places where there was no life, the same source brought forth scorn. Sun causes rainbows to come out in mist or after storms. Inspired me, as you can see, that I should write this poem. As I look unto a book called Life, and though the page is worn, knowledge firm concerning sunset, death, rise, means reborn. So if the sun must set, then please remind me it will rise. If not in this place I see, then on the other side. The story told another way, behold the ocean's tide, and energy stored up in me. Teach me to pace my stride. The light placed in the soul of me was not put there to hide. Teach me not to fear, but give instruction using pride. I know by saying I don't know, there's room I might be wise. If the sun must set, then please remind me it will rise.
What y'all think about that, guys? What y'all think about that? Give us some hearts and everything. Let us know that love is coming in here. Those, I think that, Lynette, you tried to call in. You could call back, baby girl, but I didn't want to interrupt him during his poem. Usually the phone takes precedence, and I interrupt people, but I'm not going to interrupt the brother man during this poem. So if you want to call back in, anyone that wants to say something, I like those hand claps in the chat. That's all right. I like that. 301-429-9247. Pat Smith said, Jeremiah 29:11. The Lord said, I know the plans I have for you. Laverne Dedman says, as you take your steps, God's vision is revealed. You will never see all. There you go, Laverne. High five, girls. You'll never see all. Your job is to trust your path and honor your purpose. You better go, Laverne. Hey, girl. Yes, I like that. I like that. Okay, so Lynette giving you the thumbs up. She called it, but she hung up to hear your poem. She gave you some kind of throw up. They said the poet is in the house. All right. So tell me, okay, how long have you been writing poetry, and how did this all come about?
This might be a shock to you. I started writing poetry when I was 13 years old. I am now 63. I've been writing poetry for 50 years.
Woo!
Now, I started writing poetry because, well, I guess I was influenced by some things. Brothers Grimm, Dr. Seuss. I like the way they told stories.
Hanging with your girl Tasha, who's calling, and where are you calling from?
Hey, Tasha, this is Lynette calling from Charlotte, North Carolina, but DMV for life, so you know how to call in.
All right, what you want to say to Brenardo? You down there sweating in Charlotte?
Don't be cussing on her show. That's a golden rule. He had me crazy. No, he didn't say his name, but if I could find the emoji snap, I was trying to find me a lighter. Bruh, all I got to say is God does have something in store. God has something for you. You just gotta do one more before you roll up out of there. But my fingers are just snapping all over the place. Just want to say that.
Oh, he gonna do more than one more. And look, and we gotta remind y'all. I think I've already heard the question that's gonna get you his free book. When you guys answer, I think I already know what question I'm gonna throw out there. So y'all gotta continue and be content and listen in, so you can also get an autographed book right off the presses. We thank you so much for calling in from Charlotte, North Carolina. Check it in the house.
Hey, love you, girl.
Love you too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you, Lynette. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, I love the affirmations, and it's not so much that my ego needs that, but we weren't put here to be by ourselves, and there's a lot of stuff that's happening around us. And as I said earlier in the conversation, when I asked him about the Messiah had 12 disciples, he told me that people would show up and be in place when I needed them to be. So when I hear people remind me where the source is coming from, they recognize the same source. That's such a powerful energy to help me understand that it's not of me. I'm following through on the word, and I say that all the time. You know, it's the word. The word is what's important. It's the word that makes everything go. You know, so I respect the word, and that goes back to that other question you asked me about the thing. I love music, but the word is a powerful thing. It creates vision.
I'm still trying to go back and see. I jump all over the place, but I still remember. 50 years?
50 years.
50 years. So how did the first one happen? And do you remember that one?
I don't remember the very first one because I was a lot of music around the house. I listen to Motown. I'm listening to Smokey Robinson. I'm listening to Stevie Wonder. I'm listening to Temptations with Barry Whitfield and Norman Strong. You know, and I'm liking how they tell these little stories in this 3 minutes, you know. Mm-hmm. And I started trying to do that, you know. I think the very first poem, though, that jumped out, I saw a little poetry contest when I was about 16, 17. They had, you know, magazine thing, you know, put your poem in a book, you know. Okay, I'll do that. Beauty, I have longed to create you. I have longed to take you from this abyss of my mind, to form your shape, to shape your form, to mold your gently balanced lines. Your truth and reason evident, your measurements precise. You might touch all humanity, each mind you would entice. Ah, elusive beauty, if there could only be a way for me to show them all this beauty that I see. That's the poem that I thought, I'm a poet. And then I started writing poems, and I started practicing, going to classes and things like haikus and sonnets and things and quatrains and understanding what the world of poetry was.
Hanging with your girl Tasha, who's calling and where are you calling from?
Tasha, this is Dion Pawai calling from Upper Marlboro, Maryland.
Ho, the artist is in the house.
That's my brother.
The artist is in the house. You got me on air now?
Yes, we got you on air. What you want to say to your brother?
Mr. Brenardo, my friend, my brother. I had to call in and support you and let you know that it's awesome seeing you walking in your purpose. You know, we motivate one another in both our craft all the time.
Yes, sir.
And I just want to say continued success, brother. You know I love your poetry.
Thank you, brother. We walking together.
Thank you, thank you. Take care, love. Terrence Coleman, y'all got me bouncing back and forth from these screens. He said, if God bring you to it, he'll bring you through it. Author Lynette Drew says, oh, damn, you got me sweating. Stop playing. I don't know, is that the phone again? It's going to be one of them days. One of them days. Right? Let me see. Okay, I don't know. I'm scared to pick that one up. Y'all come and let me know if I need to pick up the phone. Anyway. It is. Okay, good.
Mr. Artiste, thank you very much. That guy right there, Dion, this brother works with me. And we work in a place where you got to be about the people's business when you're in the people's house, right? So we about the people's business, but we recognize something in each other, you know, and it's so, I always talk to him, Mr. Artiste, because that's who he is. And he came to support me, and we hung out a couple times, did some things, and he graciously agreed that he would do the cover of Listen.
Oh,
so that's another reason why I was trying to hold off for that, because the grand plans around that book are just like, this is going to be a phenomenal piece of work.
But hold on, let me call Dion out, because something tells me when to be reaching out to people. But I've been reaching out to that brother and told him he's supposed to have been featured a long time ago.
Okay.
But see, there's something that he got. Again, don't see the whole staircase, my brother. You said you told him the same thing. I'm telling you the same thing. Too often we give everybody else advice, but we don't listen to our own advice. So I'm going to tell y'all guys, I already know that Dion is going to be on here. When y'all talking about some art for your house, you talking about some real art. Oh my, you talking about good times, the art on there ain't got nothing to do with this brother, okay? Y'all just wait and see. He doing your cover. Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm buying it just for the cover. I don't even want to see the inside. So look, so
it's going to be a masterpiece.
So you talked about hearing music in the house, and that's how you got started. But what else? What were your earlier influences when it came to poetry, or your early influences when it came to songwriting? And who was the most supportive person in your life in helping you achieve these visions?
That's a big question.
Or pursue them, because you ain't finished the vision. We
got
to see it before we see it. The vision not even fully here yet.
Let's try some of it, okay? As a black man growing up, a young black kid growing up in Southeast D.C., living in the projects of Stanton Road, it was tough enough going to Catholic school and coming home with a little shirt and tie and everybody looking at you like you just got off a spaceship. That was rough enough. Now, having feelings, because I've been sensitive for other people and for myself. I see things and it bothers me that the world is where it is, and all the things I was being taught as a child was to turn the other cheek and give a man a coat and treat others, with some respect and dignity. And when I'm looking around, I'm not seeing that. I'm kind of like perplexed. So I need somebody to say this to, and I found a notebook and a piece of paper, and I started telling my notebook, these are my thoughts, this is what I'm feeling, this is what's going on, I don't understand. Help me get through this, is this right? So that starts what I say is most poets are like seeds we grow in the dark. We're somewhere else just going internal and expressing ourselves. And at some point in time, like that seed, we will eventually hit the surface and blossom. And then people will come along and take note of, wow, look at that. Whoa, look at that's beautiful. Yeah. And then I said, oh, okay, I thought the same thing. You did? Yeah. I felt the same way. You did? Yeah. It's like, okay, now I'm really valuing the gift even more. And that's how I started to get into the poetry. As far as influences, like I said, I started out as a little kid reading Brothers Grimm, the Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall, Jack Spracket eating no fat, Hickory Dickory Dock, just a little rhyme things, and that had the muse, and okay, all right, little old lady in the shoe, and then I found Dr. Seuss, and I liked him,
Collective Voices, have y'all seen that slide? That's y'all out there. Look, it's gone.
That's us.
It's going to come back. Go ahead.
But, so I got into Dr. Seuss because he has so many good messages, and he just made words up and did crazy things, and he touched a lot of people. Beyond that, the first the poet that I really heard outside of that kids type stuff was Langston Hughes.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say that. Go ahead.
Oh, so when I heard Langston, Mother and Child, I was like blown away by that. Like, wow, that's a heck of a story. Climbing the stairs and the analogies was just so heavy. And then when I heard Raisin in the Sun, oh my goodness, brother was deep. And then some years ago, I saw a poster by Langston that said America never was America to me, and I was like, good God. Y'all keep trying to tell me he's this nice guy that doesn't, and he's a nice guy, as far as I know. But it's almost like y'all devoided him of having any feelings of being oppressed as a black man in America. And when I saw that, I knew, and then some years later, Lady Di, 2 years ago, Lady Di turned me on to a play that
she
about
giving
Langston.
You instructions.
So
Lady Di is saying, will you just do a daggone poem? And she wants you to do dance. But
what did I tell you?
He called it. He said the first thing he knew that if you called in here, Lady Di, you're going to be talking about dance. But before we dance, we got to break to a commercial and pay my sponsor. So we're going to go to that. And on the flip side, we're going to come back with dance just for you, Lady Di.
There's nothing as horrifying than using a public restroom. Sure, maybe they're not that scary, but I'm sure everyone has had to use a public restroom under less than ideal conditions. Like public restrooms that haven't been restocked with essentials like paper towels or seat covers. Many times, toilet paper is missing or found loose on the nasty floor, too soiled to use. The solution is simple. Just carry the restroom kit with you. Each kit contains a patented seat cover, plenty of toilet paper, and 2 lightly scented wipes. One for your hands, and the other one for your tush. Turn a public restroom into a pleasurable experience with the restroom kit.
Order your kits today at therestroomkit.com.
The Adventures of TRK Man. Tracy and Sharon shopped at the mall with friends on a beautiful Saturday afternoon.
I have to use the bathroom. Can't you hold it until you get home? Public restrooms are nasty. I know, but I can't wait.
Sharon dashed to the bathroom to find a dirty seat, no toilet tissue, no soap, and no other options. Frustrated, she screamed,
There's no toilet paper! This sounds like a job for TRK Man. Protect your bottom!
TRK Man arrived just in the nick of time. He supplied Tracy and Sharon with the restroom kit. The restroom kit contained a patented oversized toilet seat cover, 3 feet of toilet tissue, and lightly scented hand and tush wipes. Sharon's frustration went away. She found comfort as she relieved herself, and she strolled from the restroom feeling great.
Thank you, TRK Man!
You too can overcome the hassle of poorly equipped restrooms while traveling, camping, or anywhere there are public facilities. Go to therestroomkit.com or call 800-581-4181 to purchase now.
Protect your bottom!
The Restroom Kit is a small business founded by an American veteran. For wholesale opportunities, email info@therestroomkit.com.
We are back, guys, and remember my sponsor, the Restroom Kit, Black-owned veteran company right here locally in Clinton, Maryland. Support them. Everybody needs to have a restroom kit. They are protecting bottoms all over the world. And we're back today for you guys who are just tuning in right now. Make sure you share and invite. And we have this wonderful, deep, like somebody says, I got to read the comments. Somebody said, wow, Pat Smith said, wow, Brenardo, you go deep. A black man who is aware of his surroundings and his inner voice, you inspire me. So Mr. Brenardo is about to inspire some more. And just because we don't want a hitman to come through here because Lady Di wants to hear a poem right now, I'm going to let him go ahead and do his poem, Dance.
poem is entitled When We Danced. It's from a memory, Great Lakes, Illinois. (1980). I need your touch. You touch me and I dream and fill me with your kiss. It always reminds me on summer nights like this, all is said in one glance when we dance. That night, when we danced, the earth stopped spinning, giving all its momentum unto us. With what we shared, we did not dare let it have its ending in this way. We carried dreams deemed bright and sacred, carried lovers' smiles, all the hope that crossed the oceans like a child within our sway. Spotlights all around us, but we sashayed in a dim space in between. Blue lights in the basement, encased within a club, inside a dream. You moved me, not the music. Drew me into your grace. That sound, I only use it to keep pace. To keep time inside your rhythm so no friction would ensue. And that night, that song, I belong to you. Only you. You took me to a pinnacle I could not have reached alone. You showed me how a house is not a home. How your thighs advise me when to slow down, when to stay. There is so much more to be said of the way your body moved me, renewed me, soft and soothing, reproved me as a man, worthy and deserving of romance. That night still shines within my mind, so soft and yet so bright, when I recall that night when we danced. Thought I heard some snaps, I guess.
I'm gonna give you some snaps. I'm sitting here, I'm waiting for Lynette, because she over there passing out in North Carolina already. She might need a mouth-to-mouth after that one. What you say? Your thighs told me how to go in and how to, what was it?
When to stay.
When to go and when to stay.
The thighs say when to go and when to stay.
Wow, so you said this is a memory.
Yes.
Oh, so tell me a little bit more about this young lady. Her thighs talking, yo.
Her name was Robin.
You gave a name? Ooh, go ahead. This about to get juicy, y'all. This might get you a free book.
I was in the Navy, and I was fresh out of boot camp and getting ready to go to A school, BWE school. And I couldn't wear clothes. I couldn't wear uniform. So I went to the club to dance. And all of the other guys was, they was in the A school. They was coming from the fleet. They was there with their crocodiles on, their suits and everything. They was smooth and suave. And I got on my navy whites, So I was not getting a lot of play. The women were not looking at me. They were looking at the guy with the shoes and all that. And I approached Robin and I asked her, she was with a group of women. And I reached out to ask her to dance. And I'd already been rejected like 5 or 6 times, and I was feeling like, man, I'm going back to the barracks. And I reached out to hold her hand. She put her hand out, and she looked at me. She looked at the girl, so she giggled, and she went to pull her hand away from me, and I wouldn't let her hand go. And she looked back at me like, what? you still got my hand? And I like, yeah. And I just gave her the puppy dog, please. And she got up and she danced with me. And that was like a magical experience. We were together after that for as long as she was in school there, you know. I lost touch when she went to the fleet, but, you know, it's a memory of...
Oh, my God. Somebody says, I'm the Robin.
No, she's not.
Look, hanging with your girl Tasha, United Old Relationships. We're going to find Robin for you. Look, y'all, his heart.
She's in Chicago.
Did you see his heart drop out? Terrence is in Chicago. Sure, Terrence can say that. Look, they all say snap, snap, snap. They're laughing. Lady Di said, I told you 1980 I didn't know him, but I love that poem, of course. I love the love poet. That's what you do.
Baby.
And
I appreciate you.
Keith A. Hop says, wow, New York. Keith A. Hop says, wow, New York.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know what he talking about there. Cynthia Carr says, just got home, but
My
I
girl.
caught on. Hey, y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, Cynthia.
Hey.
How you doing? All right. This is like, somebody, you should have seen your face when I said Robin is in the chat. You should have just seen your face. I'm going to make a difference.
We had a love affair. Let me tell you something. That was a highlight. And Grace Cavallari taught a workshop at Maritza's spot, Mariposa, which is a home for poets, and poetry retreat. And Grace gave us this exercise that said, get on an elevator and get off the elevator at some point in your life that you remember.
Somebody type tall, brown, and dreaded. You know you got it going on. Just hot. Wow. That's going to be your next form. Tall, brown, and dreaded. All right now. Look,
all right, don't start nothing.
We got to be educated, folks. So break it down for me, because a lot of people don't know what is the difference between spoken word and poetry. And is there a difference when they talking about you dropping bars?
Dropping bars might be something new that they're doing. I have no idea. I left spoken word behind a while ago. And the reason why was because I found that I was writing for the competition rather than writing from my heart, writing for the people, writing for the message, which God already told me to stay true to what I'm supposed to be doing, right? So the difference for me in spoken word is that there's a lot of memorization in spoken word. There's a lot of emotion in spoken word. And I got that anyway, so that's not a big deal. But the written poets, we're talking about verses. We're talking about writing poetry in forms, like haikus, like sonnets, like villanelles, like quatrains, you know. So we're playing with those dynamics, and that does not lend itself to creating a very flamboyant performance in front of a mic, you know. So that, I think, when I talked to Gail Danley first told me about, you know, because Gail was a champ, right? So Gail told me that she practices putting a lot of emotion into it, but she does a very incredible job in terms of telling a story while she's putting the emotion in it, you know.
Okay.
Like she's like a matter of fact thing, and next thing you know, you're in a poem. You know, so
next thing
big
you
shout
know,
to Gail.
you shifting your thighs. Go ahead.
But the other thing about the spoken word was the venue. They started treating it like it was a sporting event. You know, I'll give you 10, I'll give you 5, I'll give you 7, I'll give you 9. You know, and it's like, this is not, for me, this is not respectful to the word in the sense that you're doing it for you. You're doing it for a showboat.
It's competition with spoken word.
Yes,
that's the thing with it. Okay.
And I'm trying to be beyond it. And I did a poem. I did the poem "Feed My Sheep" at a poetry event, and this was the turning point for me. I wanted to do something different because I did listen, and listen always gets me to the second round. And I was going to do it. I wanted to do a different poem because I wanted to win. And the spirit said, "You need to do Feed My Sheep. This is a poem you just wrote, a poem you need to start memorizing. You need to have this because this is what your purpose is." And I did Feed My Sheep, and I got a 10 over there, I got a 10 right there, And then I got a 8 right here. I got a 9 over there. Gave me a 6. And I was like floored. Like, you gave me a 6? Do you realize what I just did? And of course you take out those scores and you get the middle, but I didn't have enough to help me win. So
Feed My Sheep was when you kind of walked away from spoken
Feed My
word.
Sheep, yes. I walked. As a matter of fact, as I was walking home, me and Word, we talk all the time. And I was like, I really wanted to win, God. I wanted to win. Why can't I win? You know. And he would say, when I gave you the gift of right, it went so you could be like Mike. I was like, okay, all right. And then I met Sister Joy. I went to Grandma Slam's house. Because Grandma used to come out to have the cornbread and the poetry and the soup and all that. And the energy was so wonderful.
The turkey neck bone soup.
Yes, turkey neck bone soup. And so I came in there that night, and in the door came Sister Joy, Lady Di, Billy O'Cara, Collective Voices. And we sat around, we started doing poetry, and I ran a couple of bars, and they looked at me like, well, who are you? Where you been? You know, what's up? You know, and Joy invited me because of Feed My Sheep back to Ebenezer to join up with the Anointed Pens. And
okay, so you know you're about to do Feed My Sheep, right?
I don't have it. I hope I can remember it.
You supposed to remember it. But I'm laughing at I was laughing at the comments. Michelle Ford said, there's a lot of power in the thighs. Pat Smith said, somebody else said that you are a gent. And Pat Smith said, definitely a brother who knows how to treat a woman. And Sylvia said, yes, Sister Pat. He's truly an awesome gent. So you talking about all this Feed My Sheep.
Right.
Or do you got something else that...
No. I'm going to be
you
true.
Got it?
I'm going to be
you
true.
Got it?
I'm going to be true.
Okay, I need you to stand up and do Feed My Sheep. Just go ahead and just get right there and just give it to them, because I know you might want to be moving around. If he knocks me out, guys, y'all got to come pick me up. Let me duck. Okay, go ahead.
And God said, feed my sheep. And I thought to myself, man, that's deep. But that can't be for me. See, I've never been anything like a shepherd before. I was not a child raised on a farm. My chores consisted of washing the dishes and taking out the trash and sweeping down the steps. I got no concept of what it's like to get up in the middle of the night, before the sky gets light, and then tend to livestock. Nah, not me. Not me. But God repeated, feed my sheep. So I keep on writing. I keep reciting. I keep going to read because I know that's what he meant when he said they needed feeding. My people perish for lack of vision, and many make such poor decisions. And every day there is more division because they are not fed my word. They're not exposed to my thoughts. And I have caught you, Brenardo. I have caught you in the midst of slipping. I have brought you forth from the harshest of conditions. I have given you everything you need to complete this mission. You are prepared to share a truth you can never tell so well had you not fell through the cracks, between the traps. But I kept my word and I brought you back. And in your calling, you can reach those who've also fallen and just share with them the gifts I blessed you with. The rhythm, the melody, the rhyme, the rest of the work is mine, all mine. And if you love me, if you trust me, you only have one choice. That is to feed my sheep. And my sheep will know my voice.
Now, he think he gonna sit back down. I got the one, hold on, the one where you be doing all the singing in.
Several of those.
Hold on, tell me some names and I'll remember.
I'm
gonna get you to do one more for me.
Follow Your Heart.
Not that one. Trinity, you used to do it for Take Your Child to Work Day. And Trinity will mark you, but I can't remember what it was.
That was my voice. She used to say
did
that's my
another,
voice.
and she did another one too
with
with singing. I don't know. You gotta remember what. Give me some other names, y'all. Somebody. That's my favorite one. Terrence just said just now. The one you just did has been a favorite one of it. Do y'all think
Thank you, Terrence.
Do y'all think he? Oh, you know what? Because we winding down real quick too as we do it. I still got some more questions for him, but you need to give me two numbers. in order to, you give away one book or what?
I'll give away 3.
Okay, he's going to give away 3 books. So, listen up, because I'm going to be asking him questions, but I'm going to look into to my watch party, and I'm going to be looking into WBGR. The people who get, it's 2 numbers that's the answers to these questions. The first 3 people who type both of the numbers, you're going to get you an autographed book, okay? The first 2 people. So, and listen. How many chapters will be in Listen? And what was the lowest number he got during the spoken word contest where he decided to no longer do spoken word with regards to Feed My Sheep? How many chapters are in Listen? And what was the lowest number or lowest score he got for Feed My Sheep? All right, the first 3 people to get that, you got you a free book. Sound good?
Sounds good.
That sound good then.
That's good.
Look, so, and I mean make sure that I was right. Right, because it was this.
That's number of poems.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, and then it was this.
Yep.
Woo! Michelle Ford. You halfway there. Look, she won. She won tickets to the play yesterday. No, y'all keep on trying. Y'all got half the answer. Have to answer. Okay, so let me. I don't know which question I want to go with for you. Tell me about what do you hope to accomplish with your work? What is behind your poetry and your songwriting?
I hope to uplift people. There was a song by Quincy Jones years ago, Red Heat album. What good is a song if it's not worth singing? You know, if it doesn't inspire, it doesn't take you higher, it's not good enough to sing. I want poetry that's going to inspire people, educate people, and help people through, which is why I named the book Bridge Over Trouble. As a matter of fact, that poem was written right after I started doing the book. I started putting the book together, and I wanted to do this poem.
Clarification for you. Some of y'all are getting close. Is how many poems is going to be in Listen? I said chapters, but I meant poems. But somebody's close, but you're not there yet. Go ahead.
Like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down. We lay down sentences, convinced this is the reason we were chosen. It is the word we serve to which we are beholden. Quote them in your synagogue, your churches, mosque, your schools. Please share. Make them audible in concert halls, stadiums, auditoriums. Name them anthems, theme songs, prayers. These derivatives of that which made everything made possible are what we bring to lay. To say the problems seen are solvable. We commend them. Extend them as far as they are allowed. Let the sunshine in again, remove the shroud. Let these words be heard from heart to heart to heart, as we remember how life for all did start, how life remains, for every son and daughter, like a bridge over troubled waters. We now lay these down.
All right now. Love it. Snap, 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 guys. We have 2 winners. Oh, we just got the 3rd one. We got 3 winners now. Hold on. I've hearted all of you guys. Hold on. And I've typed. If y'all stop moving the chat, I'm going to type it in here for somebody else. Okay, here we go. When I type winner for the other one, those winners, you need to write down 240-545-5695. Call my number afterwards so we can get your addresses. 240-545-5695 after the show so that we can get your addresses. But our winners are Andre Johnson, Kat Davis, and Laverne Dedman. Okay, that's your winners there.
All right.
So time flies. You was our time flies.
Good.
But Where can they see you next? What you got coming up? And to contact you if you want to book him or something, you need to give your email address.
My email address, Brenardo@hotmail.com, or hit me up on Facebook at Brenardo Taylor. Now, it's Brenardo. Watch out, because sometimes your computer will spell check for you and type Brenardo, and that's not going to get there. So just follow up, pay attention, and make sure you get Brenardo. Brenardo Taylor on Facebook, or Brenardo@hotmail.
And if there's something that you want to say to the people that you want them to leave here with, what would it be that you want to say to them for them to leave here with? Anything about the world, anything that you just want to say?
I can't think of anything to say at this moment, other than just be at peace. Oh, or like the poem says, just breathe. If I got just breathe, conceive, you can see frustrations leave, just breathe, believe your peace will be retrieved, just breathe, achieve what you already have conceived, just breathe.
All right, guys, that's the conclusion of another Hanging with Your Girl, Tasha. Make sure you get out there and you just breathe. And remember, when you come on my show, all I'm going to do is, bam, be authentically me. See you guys again next Monday. I think we're talking about CBD. All right, bye, guys.
Twist. It's a sexy lady who walks around without being shady, who knows her values, who's gone through trials. Her smile's a capture from mouth to mouth. It's not the size of her thighs she worries about.